So, as promised, I'm going to take you on a tour of my studio. So you sort of come through a hallway. So wait, here we go. We'll do a view of the hallway. Here we go, down the hallway. And then you get to the entrance to my studio, which is essentially a bookcase with all sorts of awesome books on it, including my editions of early Hardy Boys. And then you have some of my, awards like Silver Birch and stuff, an Arbor Award from U of T, pictures that I have drawn over the years, a window. All right, this is kind of boring. Now, you go up the stairs to my attic, and you come up to a cutout of Neil Flambe that we did a few years back. Lovely print by Hokusai from the views of Mount Fuji. And then up on the ceiling, I'm in an attic, so you get this sort of weird, the picture doesn't work too well because of the shadows, but basically some Splinters fan art that was provided for me, the Blizzard of 77, and just some souvenirs from my hometown, and also the covers of old books that I fished out of old, recycling bins. Then you come up the stairs, more Silver Birchy stuff. Have I mentioned I love the Forest of Reading? Buffalo Sabres stuff. Yes, I am a huge Buffalo Sabres fan. And then look, it's so clean. Oh my goodness, it's so clean. Look at this. Original artwork from Gary Clement and Shin Lang. And I tend to be a bit of a pack rat, so I won't necessarily tell you everything, but there's some particular things I will point out on this incredibly busy floor. Those are my books. I've actually only written 3, but I sort of fleshed them out by adding all the other copies of them, like paperbacks and stuff. This is a painting my mom did when I was a kid, and it's the first time I remember art being in my house as an activity. And so it's super special to me because it kind of set up, what I wanted to do, which was be an artist. Pictures of my kids, more Buffalo Sabres stuff. You can probably tell I'm a giant Marx Brothers fan. Here's an original musical score from them. All sorts of other weird things like, Dragons, drawn by Aaron Zentz at Nerd Camp. Dragons, drawn by Margaret Peterson Haddock and Lisa McMahon as well. Pictures of me, drawn by friends. A lovely little thing of Godzilla brought to me from Japan by my friend Ken Opal. All sorts of weird stuff. This is where I'll give you a bit of a, sorry about the flip around there. I'll give you a bit of a view. This is where I do my hand drawing. This is an old antique thing that I found in the garbage that I refinished. And I stand there and I set it up so that I can do live drawing from there. This is my tablet. You can see that I am working on finished work for Great 2. There's Taylor, the main character from Great 2. I also have a pair of glasses that I need to wear because I basically only can see very short distances away with my myopic eyes. This is my treasure chest. You can see this is what I made last year as a writer in Canada, so it's all coins. There is my computer, my lovely view out the window, some original art from Splinters. The rest of the interiors I donated to the Osborne collection, a painting I did of my wife. Some other weird stuff up here. There's a picture my kids did for me when they were young, which is the Buffalo Sabres winning the Stanley Cup. Other weird things I can show you. Let's see, my stereo, my Darth Vader. I use that for all of my Skype visits so that people can see that. Little weird collections of things like Volkswagen buses and little chef things and stuff like that. Drawings that I've done. There was my dog Sadie, whom was my best friend growing up when I was a kid. Pictures of my mom. Me as a kid. Wasn't I cute? That's my dad, who I actually weirdly sort of look a lot like now. Not as handsome, but not too bad. Anyway, this is what a clean studio looks like for an artist. So, hats, a mirror. What else do I got for you? Oh, drawing stuff like how-to guides on how to draw that I use. Lovely little pin that I ordered online a few years back from Lauren James, which I also like because I'm a big fan of space. And there we go. That's my studio tour for you guys. Just because sometimes it's kind of cool to see what an artist does. Ooh, I'll show you other stuff. Down here, all of my special books that are super Special to me for lots of different reasons. Signed copies of John Clausen's books, Eric and Terry Fans, Ken Opal and Sidney Smith, Dave Pilkey, Jonathan Oxey, Arthur Slades. There's also a bunch in here of Lisa McMahon, Margaret Peterson Haddix. There's some Susan Nielsen's in here. All sorts of cool stuff like that. Karis Cotter's The Swallow over there, one of my all-time favorite books. So anyway, there you go. A tour of my weird little studio. You can pick out anything that you see that you think might be kind of funky or cool on the walls if you want. This is an event I did with Oliver Jeffers a few years ago. The 74-75 Buffalo Sabres Stanley Cup finalists. They should have won. Oh, sad, tragic. Anyway, there you go. Talk to everybody later.